Hi everyone, it's me, just Kyia. Okay, so we're gonna go right into this. Um, we're on season 2, episode 6. And remember, we're living in Vegas, and at this time, we're in LA visiting his parents because his 23rd birthday is right after we moved to Vegas. Okay, so as we're back in LA, he's kind of doing his thing, and his mother, being her, promoting the kids, and oh, you gotta go visit them, and blah blah blah, visit each girl, and do this stuff. I'm like, okay, I'm not gonna be involved in that. They're still pregnant at this time, and she's really promoting that. So I go over my only friend's house at the time, which was Gail. And Gail is my friend that remember the 4 guys when the transition happened in my life. And then the first guy was the one my mom talked about, saying that he only show up when he wants something. So this is his sister. And this is how I met him. So I'm, not thinking about him. He know by now I done moved away, and I'm with, Kenny or whatever. So I'm over there over her house just chilling. She still lives with her mom in the same spot. So next thing I know, okay, my friend, which is cool, we young, and I wasn't even thinking about it, but we young. So who shows up? Okay, so Ron shows up, and he's like, I want to talk to you. What's going on? And whoop de whoop de whoop. And I was like, oh, okay, nothing much. And he's like, oh, I hear, is it true? You're living in Vegas? I'm like, yeah, I'm in Vegas. And he's like, well, let's, hang out tonight and whatever. I said, oh, okay. And I just agreed. I was like, oh, okay. And then so he said, yeah, meet me on my aunt. So it was just like, it wasn't even like him asking me versus him telling me we're going to meet tonight. It really, even though he was asking, but it really wasn't. We're going to meet over my aunt's house, and we're going to hang out. And I'm like, oh, okay, just kind of going with it. And this is back then, 21. And then so he told me a time. So the aunt lived 2 doors down. So and as the time it lapsed, because remember, we don't do nothing else but that. Remember, he ain't never took me out on no date. He ain't never did nothing else for me except that. Okay, Snooty Fox. Okay. So his sister kept reminding me, like, because I was just kind of chilling, like, not even, what, but she kept, oh, Ron gonna be waiting for you, and blah, 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 blah. And then that went on, I don't know how long. So anyway, so I ended up over the aunt's house, two doors down. And then so I'm sitting there, and it's approaching the time where he's supposed to be meeting me there. And then the sister show up, Gail shows up. And then I look at her, I said, girl, I'm good. I said, this don't even feel cool. This ain't, what I want to do. And she's like, no, he coming right now. And it was kind of that thing, whatever. And then not too long later, here he comes, and I'm in there. I was like, no, I said, I don't want to do this. This isn't me. And, I'm with someone, and, I'm sorry you showed up, but now I'm good. And then he goes, well, just come outside. Let's talk. And so I go outside, and he said, I just want to, hang out with you for the night or whatever. I was like, yeah, I hear you, but no. So a little bit more persistent, but then let it go. And he left quite upset. Actually, very, very upset. So anywho, I go back over, to his mom, Gail's house and everything, and hung out there until Kenny was done with whatever he was going to do. And Kenny knew that Gail and him, brothers, so he knew the whole thing. I never hid nothing. He knew that Gail and Ron are brother and sister, and he knew that that was my first boyfriend. He knew all of this with no problem, and I never kept it from him. So then he comes back later. It was kind of late that evening and picked me up. And then we go back to his mom's house. So I want to say, I'm not sure if it is the exact date that Kenny on his birthday. Let me see. Okay, so I just want to. Okay, so anyway, so I think I'm not sure of the dates, exact dates, but this was right approaching his birthday, his 23rd birthday. So, and then remember the whole day that I spent over my friend's house that I just said, and Ron came and wanted to go out. No. So this is like a day or two later because we stayed there a week and it was right at his birthday time. And so we're eating whatever, just chilling. It's just his mom, his dad, me, him, and his sister was there as well. And then we was waiting for a family friend to show up. Okay, so as we're sitting there, and then I don't know what goes on there. It's something we're watching, and then out the blue, his mother goes, what was you and Judy talking about? Whatever date. And I'm looking, I'm like, okay, here we go. And then so yeah, I'm looking like and listening like what? And then he's like, come on, Mom, or whatever he said. And then it wasn't no big deal because it's like I don't even want to go there. I'm not gonna sit up here and go back and forth with her. Okay, so the reason I bring this up because as the evening goes on, she's drinking a little bit more ENJ and stuff, and she's getting a little bit more disrespectful of me. And why I say disrespectful, because she wasn't doing it trying to involve me in a sense to where let's make sure Kyia knows the process of what's going on and you not hiding anything. But she's doing it in the sense to where let's hurt Kyia. Let's get her out and why is she here anyway? And and it was very disrespectful the way she went about it and her tone behind it. Excuse me. So she went on to say in front of our little family, at this time, me and my mom are not really talking that much. She really didn't care for Kenny from the very beginning. So we're talking, but not that much. And so she's bringing up, what did you guys talk about? And, okay, what, and Kenny went on to say whatever, he didn't want to talk about it. So anyway, so later on that evening, at the time, I don't remember what he said, but I knew he was lying. Whatever he told me, I don't remember exactly what he said. And in my book, I do speculate about it. In my book, I go into details why I think, but this is not, build up the momentum of the book, right? But I go in a lot more details in my book about the conversation and what went on. But the outcome was I knew he wasn't telling me the truth. I just knew it, even at that age. But it's like I didn't want his mom to win. That's the way I was thinking. Okay, so the next day, I want to say it wasn't his birthday, so maybe it was the day after his birthday. In the process, what time is it? 9 minutes. Okay. So okay. In the process of us working through that, but me and Kenny being so young and his mother not wanting us together, it still didn't, even though it was some some things that neither one of us was assured of. And this is me looking back. So looking back, I never believed that at that time he would cheat on me. Why? Because I'm not giving him any reason to. He has chosen me. And you want it, you got it. Never say no. That's my mentality. But on the same aspect, and I never believed that then in the moment that he was cheating on me. But on the flip side of that, he thought I was, but I wasn't. Even in that situation, I never cheated, never did. I'm like, okay, it's me and you. You chose me, I choose you. But whatever insecurities, and I don't with Kenny, no, I don't even want to say insecurities. It wasn't insecurities, it was just him feeding his own pleasure, because he wasn't insecure. It was just him feeding his pleasure, but I never, denied it. So I never had no reason, and I'm being all you want to be, because here I am. I'm this woman believing Christ. Everything's good. We've been like doing good ever since we've been together. It's like a good thing. And then here I am, and you got your career, well, no, at this time, actually, I knew he was going to get it. We still gambling right now. But I know, he career oriented and he made it through. Okay. So when that didn't work with her, this is the day after his birthday. So she set up a date for them to meet and all this stuff. And I said, fine, okay, no problem. And, goodbye, go do what you're going to do. And then this is the young man, the mama's boy, that because of, no, I shouldn't say it that way, but yeah, we got to uplift our men. We got to be strong. Even at 20, 21, I knew that. I've always known I wanted to be that support system, that backbone. And I just knew that's what the word told me. That was my understanding of it. So this is what he showed me when they were going off, and I'm like, okay, and I'm there with his dad, and I'm just chilling, and I'm upset, I'm mad, but okay, so they were gone, him and his mom. He was driving, I don't know, let's say 40 minutes, and then they came back. It was way sooner than I expected or whatever. So they came back and walked in. I was like, wow, I didn't say anything. Actually, me and Ken just looked, and I was just like, So then I remember he hugged his mom, and she went, I don't know, let's say she went to the bedroom. I'm not sure, whatever. And then he went and got whatever, and then he said, come here, let's talk. And then we went to the bedroom. And he told me at that time, he was like, I don't know what he said. Like, I understand. This is my interpretation as a woman. I'm sure he didn't use these words, but it was like, I understand, like, my mom shouldn't be doing this to you type of thing. And I really don't want that. But, and he's saying all the right stuff. Let's put it that way. He's saying all the right stuff. But I will say right here, right now, he was saying all the right stuff. But okay, we'll get there. But yeah, it works for me, and it's what I needed. It's what I needed at the time, and I thank God that he was there to give me what I needed. Okay, so. What time? Okay, 13 minutes. Okay, so that went on, and like I said, other things went, it's a lot more details in there, but when the book comes out and is published, and if this really intrigues you, like this part, believe me, it goes deeper. Okay, so anywho, Okay, so we're there. Okay, so now let's move back up. So we're back in Vegas. Okay, and we're back there, and we're still living off of just gambling. Neither one of us is working, and we're living off of that, and we're having a good old time, and everything is good. And then okay, so during this time, let's say from like the holiday times, November until like after the new year, let's say Valentine's Day. So November to February, that whole time is like, even though we're gambling, but I'm kind of fidgety. So I was like, oh, I'm become a Keno runner, Keno runner. So I started working at that because the whole gambling and stuff, he wasn't working at all. He was living off of that, but and I wanted to do something. So I started doing that, and it was fun. And I was meeting young ladies or older, a variety of ladies, I should say, doing that. And so you make some pretty good money, and whatever. So as I'm doing that, it comes a point to where, okay, he's doing the gambling, but it's like a lot. It's like, and it's very up and down, which, okay, whatever. But I can tell in these moments, his personality is changing. And at this time, as I notice the personality is changing, I'm still me. I'm Kyia, just Kyia, so. And then I'm like, wait, hold up. He's getting a little bit more restless. And then, so like, say on the evenings where he wasn't like winning, like whatever. And then it's like he gets frustrated. And then I'm looking like, okay, you need to let that go. This is like, what, huh? And then so he was like, well, give me some money. I know you got some. I was like, wait, hold up. We established these rules at the beginning of this relationship. Huh. What I win is mine. Remember, you ain't never asked, huh? Oh, no, 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 no. You have to give me some time, some fair warning, some ahead of time warning when the rules are going to start changing. And then once the rules start changing, I can make a decision. Do I want to stay involved in this? What money? My Okay, I'm sorry. I know it's silly. Okay, so he was getting aggressive, and I'm laughing because this really is, and I don't mean to make light of what I'm about to share, what happened to me next. I don't mean to make light of that, but this is just me in the way I truly, even at the time, it's just never been in me to go to a dark place. But just because I please don't take it in a way that I'm disrespecting people that do go there because me, giggling. But this is my copingism, I guess, or my interpretation, and truly my feelings only. And by no means am I putting light on if someone is listening to this, and and they went through, or you went through something similar to this. Please know, just because I'm laughing, it doesn't mean any disrespect, but this is just me. Please understand that. Okay, so and I will be going into a little bit of physical abuse right now. So with me being my personality and me kind of giggling through it and expressing truly the way I felt at the time doesn't work for you, please don't continue this video, because that is my personality and how I have come through this and how I deal with it. Okay, but I appreciate you, and maybe you should shut off now and then come back for episode 7. Okay, anywho, okay, so let's continue on. So now he's like, I want some money. I was like, who money? Oh, my money? So then I was like, no. No. And then he's like, well, come on, let's go out. I was like, no, so it's kind of a little petty thing. And prior, I did see a little hints of like him being agitated or whatever, but a couple of times now, this might be the third, maybe fourth time, kind of. I'm like, wait, hold up. So on this evening, he goes even higher, and I am persistently saying, no, this is not going to happen. I'm not giving you no money. I just don't want to now because no. Now, if you would have came nice, maybe, but no. Okay, so he progressed on, and I'm saying no, and yes, we're drinking, and it is I guess true. Now I think about it, the whole time we've been there, progressively just drinking. He's drinking a little bit more, but his stomach can't really tolerate, so he's not a big drinker, only because he gets messed up too quick. Okay, anywho, enough about that. I just wanted to explain that, but I'm a drinker, and I was like, drinking, but not like, okay, but too much still, no matter what, too much, okay. So we're continuing this evening, and it escalated to where, as he is voicing what he wants from me as far as this money that he knows I have, and then at this point, even money that he makes, he always just give it to me, so I just put it in the bank. But me being smart, I'm like, wait, I know your daddy, and I made the account only in my name from the beginning. That was one of the things that I told him, even though he had an account that was us together, but I had an account and we established this, that was just me controlling that money, and that's it. So once he would give me this lump sum of money, I would put whatever in there, which I would tell him, but no matter what, I'm the only one who can get it out. Okay, so that's where we're at. Okay. So I wanted you to see the dynamics of what's going on here. Okay, so he's well, I know you got some money, and give it. I was like, no, and I said, we've been drinking or whatever. I didn't say this, but I knew, we've been drinking, and I know where this have gone before. No, it ain't gonna happen. I'm standing up my ground. Okay, we're at 21. Okay, so then the next thing, I don't know how it got started, but I know it was me. I will take ownership. And I brought up, and I'm tired of your mama. And I think it was something like, here you go. Now I got to deal with your ass. I got to deal with your mama. I got to deal with your, these girls saying they pregnant and whoop de whoop. I think by now, they didn't have the kids. Actually, what I'm talking about now, they didn't have the kids for sure. Both girls. And I just, and I said, I'm tired as why, and boop the whoop, and I let it loose. And then, okay, after I went down the line very lightly, I remember then I went in on his mama. Oh, okay, so that's when he socked me in my face. I promise you, socked. I've never been socked in my life. In my face. In my eye. I was like, what? I was like, what? And then it was like something I've never experienced. And then, I got the alcohol in me, and then my adrenaline. And I'm like, this MF, and what the? And I mean, it was something I didn't even think. It just happened. And then I get to attack. I'm trying to attack him, but he way stronger than me, way stronger. But I'm trying, and then in the same sense, and I truly remember this, in the same sense where I'm trying to hurt him, at the same time I'm thinking I don't want to hurt him, but I want to hurt him. And then I don't know how to explain it. It's like I'm going at him. And I remember this. I remember it so clearly. And I continue to remember it when I have gotten to a couple of other consultations, that it truly is, I want to stop them, but I don't want to hurt them. Okay, anywho. So we're fighting. I mean, yeah, not long, maybe 15, 20 seconds. I don't know. I ended up with um, a black eye, and my lip was a little busted over here. First time ever in my life. Never even thought about that. I was like, I was really dumbfounded, but actually, he's the one who calmed it down. He is the one who de escalated it at the time, and I'm still pissed, but okay, I can receive that. And then he started talking to me, but still, it wasn't a good time, and it was starting to build up again. So we had two bedrooms, so I ended up going in one room, he went in another. Okay, so I still haven't given him any money, right? Okay. So the same evening, we live upstairs, and there's an older white couple that lives below us. So not too long later, I don't know, maybe an hour and a half. I'm not sure how long. Wasn't counting time, as Martin Lawrence say, run tell that. Wasn't counting time, but a little time later, the Las Vegas police, so PD showed up at the door, and they proceeded to tell us the neighbors downstairs called, was concerned, whatever. And I said, no, everything's good. And then Kenny came out, and then I said, well, we were arguing a little bit, but I said, it's no problem, at this time. And they can, see my face, but it wasn't as bad as it looked the next or later on, but they could see, so I didn't lie and he didn't lie. And then after I said that, I kind of stepped back, and then Kenny kind of came forward, and elevated, sorry, and blah 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 whoop de whoop. He a good, handsome, good talker, which amen. I didn't want, neither one of us needed to go anywhere for that, and amen. So they left, and everything was good. And believe it or not, guess what we did that night? So he made up quite nicely. Very nicely. Alcohol kind of wearing down. You get into that mood, and this is all in the same night. And he made up quite nicely. And Vegas is 24 hours, right? We end up going gambling. End up going to the bank, getting out some more, not the bank, the ATM, getting out some money. And we won. We won quite nicely. I promise. Okay, let me describe how I was looking. Oh, it was pathetic. It was a pathetic sight. This is how I was looking. This all in the same evening. So you remember the Janet Jackson Poetic Justice thick dookie braids, I think we called them, are real long, So I had those in. Okay, well, I ain't done with the braids. And so at this time, I'm always known for like cutting off my hair to like let it just grow back naturally, and because it's kind of easier to braid and you could do. Anywho, so I was in transition after I cut the hair. So I got the dookie braids because at this point I don't know how to make wigs. I'm just doing braids. I was dyeing my hair red because remember, if you put in jazzing, that really condition your scalp and my hair. It works so good for my hair, and I had this thick hair and all this good stuff. So it was red. So at the time when I braid the dookie braids in, they got the red now. They didn't have that. But I wanted black braids, but I wanted my scalp to be conditioned. But remember, I just cut off all my hair because I do that. It's easier to braid, and it's such healthy hair, and you don't have no split ends. I'm talking about cut my hair like, yeah. So it's bluntly cut everywhere. And I put the braids in. Hair is red, braids are black. So, and it's bluntly, so you could tell the braid, my hair stops here, and it's all red, and it's all blah, 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 blah. Then there's a nice, beautiful braid. Okay, so that's the hair. So now, this same night, I got a black eye. Promise you. It shows now. A star, whatever you call it. I got a black eye. I promise you. Okay, so no glasses. I'm just... And I got a swollen lip here. Nobody asked one question. It was like we was winning. Looking back, that was a pathetic sight. Okay, it's 29. That was a pathetic sight because here I am with, Kenny Shaw. But he handsome, look good, and here I am. I'm still cute, but I'm like, that's her hole. That's his hole. What else did I look like? And I'm sitting there, yeah, we winning, and I still know how to act. I know how to act, but I look pathetic. Okay, I'm sorry. I do really, even in the moment, these things I just learned from it. And that's why I said earlier, for me telling the story, please don't think I take light of physical abuse or anything. I do not. But this is my experience, and this was my reaction, and this is how I've dealt with it, gotten through it, and where I'm at this point. And that's it. And of course, by me going through this, however, I want to make clear that I can't empathize and sympathize and relate and bring it to a level of understanding from your perspective. But in the midst of this, I'm just telling my story. I'm just sharing how I went through it. So please know and hear me, if you have experienced any type of physical abuse, and please don't think I'm making light of it, because I'm not. I promise. It's just me, and it's my attempt to show how God has always comforted me, so tangible in my life. That's all I'm here trying to show right now. So I thank you. I hope you understand. And I heard a quote today from, I don't know if it's considered a quote, but T.D. Jakes. I was listening to the Breakfast Club. I'm not going to let you go until I find it. I'm going to be able to say it right, though. It's here somewhere. Oh, here it is. Okay, so I was listening to TD Jake today. TD Jakes, I think, today on the Breakfast Club, and excuse me, he was talking about TDJ Foundation to inspire, encourage, and influence our kids, our youth, our grandkids, and things like that is very encouraging, and talking about faith. Okay, so anyway. Okay, 32. Just give me 30 more seconds. Okay, so he said this in the midst of his interview with Charlemagne the God, him on the Breakfast Club. He said anyway, what he said was, God can't be explained. He must be revealed. I just think in that just hit like a punch, because that is my thinking. That is my what I'm trying to say in all these many words that I use sometimes. I don't come on here and just want to, oh God, this and this and this, which I will, and of course, but in the midst, we all do a lot of talking, and I know I do. But in the midst, I want my actions and who I am to show him more so than just my words, because we get fooled a lot by people's words, and they say things but they don't follow through and do it, or whatever, here nor there, which I want to say my words, but I also want my actions to always shine through greater than my words. So I thought that was pretty profound, that God can't be explained, he must be revealed. So, okay, well, amen. Juss Kyia, Jusskya. This is episode 6, my favorite number. My favorite number. Woo, woo. That was a remix. See you guys next time. Thank you so much. I appreciate you always. Let's inspire, encourage, and challenge each other.